Hello again, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day. I had a download on that transmission we were talking about yesterday regarding desire. And I just wanted to continue the conversation around this because it's super duper important to you creating the business and the life of your deepest desires. So I want to look at the 3Ds here from desire, devotion, and detachment. So we're just going to take this conversation a little bit further and a little bit deeper. And so we start with that desire, as I was talking about yesterday in the live, and that's the thing that fuels us, that starts the process of us creating the more money, the clients, the life, the body that we want, is that deeply embedded desire for that thing or for that experience. And so that's where devotion comes in. When we have the energy of being devoted to the desire, that is our energy of I must do this. This is what's driving me. This is what what gets me up every morning, what keeps me going, what pushes me through the hard days, the difficult moments. This is really the rocket fuel to that desire, is the devotion to it, is that energy of devotion. So we are feeding that desire and not just mindlessly feeding it. It's not like an addictive, obsessed quality. It's the energy of, as I said, I must do. There's no other option. It's like, of course this is happening for me. Of course I'm going to receive this outcome. Of course I'm going to create this epic reality of my deepest desires. Of course, that's the energy of devotion we're talking about. And that's what fuels everything. So it's more of an inspired action kind of energy around it, instead of just mindlessly just doing all the things and hustling and trying to do all the steps because we're scared. There's fear behind it, that we're scared that the desire is not going to come to fruition. So that's not devotion, that's desperation. That's another D altogether. And we don't want to come from that desperate energy. Devotion is my heart and soul belong to this desire. This is part of me. It's an extension of me, what I'm creating. We're talking about really deeply embedded things, whether it's changing the body, the mind, the environment, your career, your business. We're talking really deeper things, not just about what you're going to eat for food or whatever. It's like more deeper projects and longings of the soul. They're experiences that you're wanting to have. So we devote our energy to that, whether that be time, money, effort, motivation. Our beliefs, our thoughts need to be in alignment. That's devotion to the desire. And so then the next step comes that we want to be detached from that outcome. And that's probably the hardest thing that I find for most people, is they say, oh, I don't care what happens. I don't mind. And I do trust and I do believe that this is going to happen for me. But then when something goes astray or it's not going in a straight line, suddenly you're completely thrown out of whack. And then you lose faith. You don't trust. You lose your confidence. Right? So that's like the pitfall of being attached to the outcome. So we want to detach from that. Okay, we want to detach from the outcome. We want to be so devoted to the desire, so in love with it and inspired by it, that we know, it's a knowing that this thing, if I stay the course and I move when I'm guided to, when I'm intuitively guided to, and I'm not forcing and pushing a wheelbarrow full of bricks up the hill, and I'm actually moving with the flow. When I choose to do that and I'm devoted to that, I know without a doubt that I will always receive what I desire. It might look different sometimes to what I originally thought it would look like, but I will always receive what I desire, what I truly, truly desire. And not only that, but it will be the journey of that will always expand me. If that's your true intention, then there is no worry about being attached to any outcome. Because you know, if you launch that program and you have one person and you thought you were going to have 100, that's expanding you in some way. It's expanding that person in some way. When you put something out there, an offering, and it doesn't even sell at all, if you deeply desire it and you're devoted to that thing, experience, service, or offering, you know it is expanding you and it is leading you in the direction of where you need to go, even if there's no one there right now. Just the action of you launching, the action of you putting out an offering, the action of you taking action is expanding you, up-leveling you, and moving you in the frequency and the direction of the deepest desire. So these three things go really hand in hand. You have that deep desire, you become devoted to that, you're so aligned with it, it's part of you, it's just an extension of you, and you feed your energy, your longing, your love, your joy, it's fueled by that. And you just detach from how you think it's going to look or feel or when it's going to happen, because the act of desire and devotion means you fully stand in trust and knowing, of course, this is going to happen. It's not a delusional, God, all the D words, hey? It's not a delusional energy of like, oh yes, this is going to happen, and you're doing nothing. You're not devoted to the desire at all. You're not showing up. You're not doing anything differently or changing anything. You're just saying, oh yes, of course this is going to happen. Oh yes, I'm going to become $1 million business from never showing up or doing anything or selling anything. Yeah, of course. Right? That's delusion. Desire and devotion are very different, as you know. Desire is really coming from soul. Like, this thing is a must in my life. I couldn't imagine. It's like breathing to me, that this desire is just like, hell yes. Of course. It's like a full body yes. That's what it is for you. Okay? And then as you devote your energy to that, you're pouring in your joy and your love and your inspiration and your intuition into this thing, and you detach from how it gets to look or feel or show up, and you just be guided by where you're being intuitively led to show up. That's when you create the magic. That's when your desire happens. And in between, the time between the now, the devotion part, and the desire coming into creation, into reality, that whole journey is so inspirational and growth inducing and expanding and pleasure filled, because of all the wonderful twists and turns along that path. You feel so full. You feel so full in so many ways, because you got up, you showed up, you devoted your energy and time and resources to the desire. No excuses, because it's a must. It's like breathing. It's just part, becomes a natural thing, in and out, this devotion to the desire. And that's when you literally will create the magic in unexpected, amazing ways. It is just like magic. So I wanted to share that little transmission that came through on expansion from yesterday's live. So let me know how this is resonating and where you need to really show up for your desires and devote yourself to your desires. Not waiting, not sitting back and waiting for all these signs and messages and whatever, but really, like, if you're desiring something, where are you showing up and devoting yourself to the desire? I really want to know that, and the difference it makes when you do that, because it will make a huge difference in your life when you devote yourself to your desire and unattach from it. Okay, oh, so good seeing you all again, connecting to you all, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll catch up with you again soon. All right, bye.